Hello, everyone, and good morning. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Today is Thursday, and it is day 16 of my 31 Days of Tarot Challenge, which, has been a lot to do a reading and post a video every day of the month. So thank you all for joining me on this journey as I've been learning. This week I'm doing a 9-card spread, which has been a bit of a doozy for me. So I definitely need to continue to practice and learn the spread, which is, exciting. That's the process and why we're doing this. Let's see. I need a bit of a vibe check. This one's not for the reading, but I want to even set up. Let's do in the Vessel Oracle. What energies are we working with today? What message do we need to receive? Structure. All right, this is so cute. You got the little houses that are all different faces and different eyes. See what the guidebook says. Structure. What does structure mean to you? Do we need to fly free or get grounded? It's interesting because I feel like with this 9-card spread, I am a little bit, there's less structure to it. Like each position doesn't necessarily mean a specific thing. So it's more of an intuitive spread. And maybe that's why I'm struggling a little bit, which it's kind of like, well, if it's an intuitive spread, like, can't we just, I don't want to say make it up, but, just go with your gut and use what you think. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm doing these early in the morning and my brain isn't quite on yet. But I'm struggling a little bit with the lack of structure. I know in my life I do a lot well with structure and routines, but that's one of the things that I am working to break free of this year, and getting more comfortable with less structure, or maybe a different kind of structure, but being a little bit more free and able to adapt a little bit more, less rigid, still have structure, but less constricting and rigid. All right, so let's pick out our question for today now that I've ranted and raved a little bit. All right, 184 sounds like a good one. Ruben says, I have been offered an exceptionally large contract to work for a powerful corporation, but it feels as if I'd have to sell my soul to get ahead there. All my time, all my energy. I'm not sure it's worth it. What would happen if I said yes to them? So Ruben has a job offer, a contract, and is it worth it for him to say yes? Is it worth the money and the structure of being in a large and powerful corporation? All right. You see that pentacle trying to pop out? We'll see if it comes up in the spread. So when I cut the deck, I'm using somewhat the first operation. So we got fire, water, air, and earth. And since this is dealing with work, I mean, I could have gone with the fire pile as far as career, or the earth pile for money, but we'll go with earth. So we have 9 cards. Ooh, okay. 3 of Swords, which popped up for me in my own reading today, so it's a bit stalky. Knight of Wands, 6 of Swords, Temperance, the Devil. I must have this deck upside down. The 5 of Cups, the Tower, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. All right, let's zoom out a bit. Oh, maybe just move your cards up, Justine. So looking at this spread overall, like even though this question is related to work and career, so very, very much a question, dealing with earth and fire. I feel like, well, it felt like there were a lot of swords and air energy. We got 3 swords. We have fire here, water here, earth here, some fire here, fire and air in the Tower, the Devil, a little bit of fire energy for me there. So I feel like it's very much in the mind and in in your passions. Not a lot of maybe worries about the actual monetary value of things. And, fire and air, those energies are complementary. And so they feed each other and support each other and build each other up. There's a little bit of water, a little bit of earth. Those build each other up, but it doesn't feel like there's enough water to dampen the amount of fire in this spread and in the cards that I'm seeing here. In fact, to me, Temperance is a little bit of bringing those 2 elements together. So any imbalance that you would feel there, I think it kind of lends a helping hand. So interestingly enough, in the center of the matter and the first card, the beginning of the spread, we have the devil, which is, about temptation and, feeling trapped and enslaved a little bit. And then we have the Three of Swords, which is, you know, disappointment, discontentment. Sometimes it's heartbreak, but it's, a feeling of being really restricted and not being able to, move forward. To me, these three swords stuck in their heart is, not being able to move forward with your passions because you're being held back a little bit. So maybe Ruben feels like he'll be a slave to this new corporation. And that is definitely showing up in the cards here. In the first row, we have the Three of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Swords. And the Knight of Wands to me is someone who's, very creative and passionate and wants to move forward and get things done. And I see movement also in the Six of Swords over here on the right. So I'm feeling like this is saying, that Ruben is going to feel very restricted and like he's not able to move with this job, that they're going to take all of his energy. We have two air cards surrounding a fire card. And this is very much what's on his mind and how he's feeling. In the present situation, we have, the devil in the center of the matter, which, like I said, feeling chained up and like you have no choices. We have Temperance, very alchemical card, one that feels hopeful. It's bringing together of opposites and really being in balance. And then we have the Five of Cups, which is about, despair and turmoil and not really being able to see, maybe some positive aspects. So it feels, he's focused too much on the bad of this situation and not the good. And down here, in the foundation, we have some strengths, the root of this in this card, the Eight of Pentacles in the eighth position of the spread, double eights there, very strong. And the Eight of Pentacles is about, being an expert in your field a little bit. And, this Ruben could take his, whatever his job is, and really hone his craft anywhere. Like he's very well sought after, very well valued, and he needs to recognize his value and kind of tell the corporation what he wants. We have the Tower, which, is very quick moving change and, destruction. I don't have the Tower come up in readings very often, so I just want to look at my guidebook a little bit. One of the quotes here I have is, "Without the dark, there is no light. Unexpected upheaval, even liberation. What needs to go right now? It's quick, it's explosive. External forces being at play. It's governed by fire." And then, we have the Queen of Swords, which, she's very much a woman who, cuts straight to the truth, has sharp perceptions. She's astute, she's witty. And, we start over here with, being constricted and maybe having a little bit of sorrow and worry and fear. And we end with somebody who has a clear vision and clear ideas and is able to guide Ruben a little bit. Like maybe there's someone in Ruben's life that can help give him a little bit of guidance. Maybe, swords are about communication. So I think maybe rather than getting caught up with, feeling like this corporation is the devil and it's going to suck all of his energy and time, maybe it's communicating what Ruben needs out of this situation. I think what would happen if he said yes to them over here, in this right column, which, can represent the future or moving ahead. I see the Six of Swords, which is leaving a situation, the Five of Cups, focusing on the wrong things, and, the Queen of Swords, being able to communicate clearly and being honest. So being honest with herself about what she really wants. So maybe Ruben needs to, if he's not sure that it's worth it, is it because of family and time spent, or is it just not as lucrative? Over here we have a lot of change and constriction. Temperance is literally, temper a sword, you're bringing two elements together. And the Tower is quick change, and the Three of Swords is, somewhat unexpected. And, it's a 3, so it's growth. There's a little bit of there's something happening there. There's movement. So maybe he's worried about something, being unstable with all this change. But it doesn't feel like emotional instability. It feels, of the mind and energetically being unstable. So I think, he has to communicate clearly what he wants. Yes, it might be a little bit painful, but I think it's, if he communicates clearly what he wants, he'll get better in his own career. That's what I'm feeling here. Like it might be a little bit uncomfortable with how much he's working. Yes. But I think that it's probably, it could be a good thing. And he has to weigh the benefits and the disadvantages of the new job. Is what he wants in his career growth? And does he want to learn more? If yes, then yeah, he should take the job with the powerful corporation. if it's a no, then, it's not worth it and he should move on with his life. And there's other, there's other opportunities out there that he's not seeing, possibly. I think that's the overall message I'm getting from the cards today. Let me know your thoughts. And I think, I think this one went a little bit better than previous ones. If I was to critique myself a little bit, dealing with a lot of major arcana energy and lots of things going on in my head. Plus, I'm a little sleepy because it's very early in the morning here. Thank you all so much for joining me on this journey, and I will see you all again tomorrow.